So, good evening, everyone. So, this is our Flutter session here. So, we are going to discuss about assets and layouts. So, in our previous session, we have discussed about some pub.dev and some other images and some fonts, etc. Right? So, I think we have discussed about bars code, scanner, and URL redirections and everything code labs. We have discussed in previous sessions. So, in today's session, we are going to discuss about what are assets and layouts in Flutter. So coming to today's session, so what are assets in Flutter? So here assets is nothing but it is a file bundle in your application. So where you can store your files like images, fonts, audio files, video files, everything. So you have to file the media files or some font files in your particular assets to your particular project, and you have to extract it from your Flutter app. So I will also show you in detail. So how to add an assets to a Flutter app? So I told you in previous session, right? pubspec.yaml. So in that pubspec.yaml, you are going to store everything like images, fonts, assets, everything you are going to store there, like videos, audio files, versions, next packages, and many of them. We have discussed in our previous session how to maintain dependencies, everything. Okay. So from that dependencies, we are going to extract the particular asset from the URL point of view, and we are going to directly pointing to the path, okay, to our particular Flutter app. So how to create a Flutter app? First of all, so we have to create assets folder in your project. So you have to create a folder name called assets. So in that assets, you have to insert files. Okay, it may be audio file, video file, anything. So that particular location should be updated in pubspec.yml. So just for suppose here you can see, right. So Flutter in Flutter project, it's a Flutter project, right? Under Flutter project, you are creating an assets folder. Under assets folder, you named a image name as image.png and font as font.ttf. Okay, so this is the particular file path or file location or file property which is available in your particular folder assets. Okay, so now which you have placed the particular image or audio file or video file, or it may be any font style or any image logo, anything, so which you have placed in the particular assets folder, you have to link that particular assets folder path to your dependencies in pubspec.yml. So that is the way you can link that assets folder to your particular Flutter project app. Otherwise, you can face some many more errors. Okay. So after adding the assets into your Flutter app, okay. So just for suppose you have to, here you can see how to load the image from the assets folder. So we have given an image, okay, image as assets slash image.png. So how to insert this particular assets to your Flutter code? So this is the format, okay, basic format, image, assets image. This is a basic demo code, okay, to insert the particular image to be extracted from the particular dependencies. Okay, so under assets you have given a logo.png, and logo.png is updated in pubspec.yml according to their dependencies. And after updating the dependencies, you have to extract that particular URL path of the dependency, and you have to paste it in a Flutter app. Okay, so then that is going to be extract the data properly. Otherwise, you may get some errors. Okay, so without linking the dependencies to your Flutter app, you may overcome many more errors. Okay, you can't combine or you can't extract the data. Okay, so coming to the font packages in Flutter. So we have discussed about what are packages in our previous sessions. So in this session we are going to discuss what is font, and what are the different types of font packages, and how to install it in the Flutter app. Okay, so your font packages is nothing but when you run a Flutter application, you will get a particular default font. It may be font size or font weight or font style. It may be anything. Okay, so the default font style will be fixed by the Flutter app when you execute every project or any app. Okay, so to change the font packages, you can get number of packages. Okay, so in that, first, Google Fonts. So how to use Google Fonts? I have discussed in a previous session about pub.dev website, right? So under that website, we have to simply search in the search bar like Google Fonts package. Here you can see right down Google underscore fonts package. So this is the Google Fonts package where you can insert the Google font into your Flutter package with your own styles, with your own weights, and it may be bold text or italic text or font weight with 400, 800, 900. It may be depending on you. Okay, so you can add according to your brand. It may be anything. Okay, so Google fonts I am going to set up in this tutorial, I mean in this session. Okay, how to install the Google font into your Flutter application, and also how to use it and what is the difference. Okay, and next, coming to the font of some icons. So icons are nothing but you all know, when you open a particular application, you can see search bar icon or home page icon or contact us page icon, email icon. So you can see particular icons, right? Icon and under that particular text. So let us consider when you open a particular app. Okay. So when you open a particular app, there will be a icon, but they're related to the particular brand or any product or something. Okay, so there will be an icon presented in that particular app, and under that icon you are going to see some small text. Okay, so how that icons are being installed? So by using font awesome icons, not only font awesome, you consist of many more icon packages from Google. So this is the one of the popular font awesome icons. So where it consists of 7,000 icons collection, more than 7,000 icons collection packages for the Flutter, and also easy to use. So it's easy to understand and easy to use. You can also customize according to your colors, sizes, and the font styles and the images, etc. So this is user friendly. Okay, so developer can also change this data very customize according to themselves. Okay, so next, coming to the Cupertino icons. Cupertino icons is also a set of icon packages which are used to design the look and feel of the iOS operating system. So when you are using this particular application in iOS system to develop that particular icons in iOS system, right? iOS applications also consist of some icons, right? So this Flutter consists of both Android and also iOS applications. So single code base with both platform applications, right? For Android, you are going to use font awesome icons, but for iOS, you are going to use Cupertino icons, where it is a particular package which includes the design and good look and good feel for the iOS operating system. So here you can build a Flutter apps by targeting only iOS devices. So it is much more comfortable and also much more attractive looking in iOS devices. Okay. So next, coming to the material design icons. So this package includes set of icons which are designed with some particular properties and some particular design guidelines. Okay, so in this Flutter apps, the build material design is mainly targeted on Android and iOS devices. Both devices can be followed with these material design icons. Okay, so here also you follow the same procedure. So how to add an icon to your particular package or a particular project by using pubspec.yml file, right? So under that you are going to paste. It may be anything icon, or it may be package, or it may be font, or it may be image, anything it may be. So to run that particular icon design or any font style or font weight, you have to update that particular dependencies, right, in your pubspec.yml. So without pubspec.yml file, you cannot run it manually from your when you execute the project, right? So first of all, you have to import that particular icons or fonts. So just for suppose, coming to the font awesome icons, if you want to insert a particular icon called home icon or a contact icon, so to install that particular icon, you have to install the full material design. Okay, you have to install the full material design of font awesome icons, and you have to install and import whole total icons into your Flutter project, and then you have to extract the particular icon which you want. Okay, so that is the easy way, right? To pick up a particular thing, also you have to update in the pubspec.yml. Okay, so it may be icons, fonts, everything. Next, yeah, here you can see the example, right? We are going to execute this dependencies Google Fonts. So Google Fonts is nothing but the file which you are going to take. It is a type of a font. It's related to the font. Okay. Next, its version is 2.0.0. So now the latest version of the Google Fonts is 2.0.0. If it's been updated, you are going to paste the updated version here. Okay, that's not at all a point. So here you can see overall the font packages are excellent to add the personality and style of Flutter, and it saves a lot of time for the designing your own fonts and icons from scratch. So this makes developer easy to build and develop a particular icon or a particular font style with from a scratch very easily. So without these, by manually typing up a whole code is very difficult, right? So it makes very better easy to develop a particular app very easily by using these dependencies and Google Fonts, etc. Not only Google Fonts, it may be any icons or Cupertino icons, font or some icons, it may be anything. Okay. So now coming to the layouts. So what are the layouts in the Flutter? So we have discussed about components, right? So everything which you present on that app is known as a component. Okay, we have discussed. I mean, component not. It's a widget, right? Okay, sorry. It's not a component. It's a widget. Okay, we have already discussed. Okay, so in this layout, you can see several types of layouts available in the Flutter. So every layout is mainly useful for the Flutter. So under that, we are going to say a column. Okay. So here a column is vertically arranged. Okay. If a column is vertically arranged, then what is an example? So let us suppose when you open an app. So when you open an app, let us consider an application. When you just for coming for suppose, okay, go for a YouTube and click on your profile icon. When you click on a profile icon, you can see your channel, your subscriptions, or upgrade your account. So you can see, right, one after another. Okay, that is nothing but a vertical manner. Okay, so one after another, down by down. So below, one after below is known as something known as column. Okay, that is the best example for the column. Okay, so next coming to row. So row means side by side. So side by side is going to be placed. Okay, that is known as row. Okay, let us consider a category log. Okay, when you coming to Amazon or Flipkart, when you see deals, okay, you can see slider. Okay, that is arranged in a row format, and also some products are also, you can see, right, they are arranged in a row format. Okay, so horizontal row, that is known as horizontal row. Okay, next coming to the stack. So stack is a layout that is mainly used to place a widgets top of another. So you're going to create top like a profile picture. I told you, right? When you click on profile picture, you will get some details like your name, your email address, sign out, login, and some details are coming here. You can see such as profiles, pictures with name and description. Overload on top of it. Yeah, this is known as tag. Okay, so when you click on profile icon, you can see your details, and also you can see some other navigation links in a vertical way. It's known as a column. Okay, it's not a column, and row is nothing but a horizontal arrangement of a particular widgets. Next, coming to the grid. So grid is nothing but I think you have heard about the grid, right? So grid is a layout which arranges the widgets in a grid-like pattern. Okay, it's a grid and which creates a uniform layout for the widgets, such as a gallery of images. You can see like four images in one picture. So that is known as a grid, and you can also know many examples for the grid, and you have also heard about it. So nothing much to explain. And coming to the expanded, an expanded widget is used to make a child widget. So I have already discussed what is child method in Flutter app. We have discussed, and we have also seen many programs. Okay, so what is child method? What is parent widget? Okay, not a method, it's a widget. What is a child widget, what is a parent widget, and what are those widgets are used? Okay, you can use an expanded widget to make a space of a row column. Why this expanded is mainly used to create a remaining space in the row column or a flex container. Okay, next, what is flexible? So flexible widget is similar to an expanded widget. So the both has not having much difference, but it allows the child widget to take up only a much space as it needs. So here, what is the main thing is child widget can take much space as it needs. Okay, you can use a flexible widget to make a widget take up much space as it needs, while still allowing other widgets to share the remaining space. So here the child widget can take according to remaining space which that needs, and remaining space which is left right, it is going to the another widget, other widgets. Okay, first priority is child widget here. So after child widget, it is going to transfer the space for other remaining widgets. So next, coming to the wrapper. So here a wrap widget is used to arrange the widgets in a flow layout. So like creating a row or a column. You are creating a row or a column. When they reach the edge of the screen, you can see a wrap widget create a responsive layout that different screen sizes. Okay, wrap is nothing but when you create an application, right? So according to screen size, some screens may be 6.5 inches, 6.7 inches, and 6.2 inches. Okay, right. According to that inches of display, the wrap is mainly used to adjust according to that particular screen size. It is going to responsive. Okay, wrap makes it may be any device. It may be iPhone or Android phone or iOS device or anything. Okay, according to that particular screen size, it's going to make that particular application develop in a responsive layout for a user. Okay, it makes a user interface perfectly and more attractive. Okay, and next, coming to the water constraints in Flutter. So Flutter is a powerful mobile development framework. We all know it create a high quality native mobile and iOS applications with different types of widgets and everything. And here, Flutter has some constraints the developers need to be aware of when building the applications. So water constraints, while developers should aware about building the applications. Okay, this plays a major role in the Flutter applications. Okay, so next, coming to the, there are some types of constraints in Flutter. So first, coming to the limited native access. So Flutter do not offer complete native access to the device hardware and sensors. We have already discussed like Flutter consists of some packages, but it does not give full access to the developer. Okay, it only gives some packages to use, but not all the packages to use. Okay, there are only access to limited packages. So here also same process is going on. So Flutter does not give access to device hardware and sensors. Okay, access. Okay, it will not access majorly. Okay, while it does provide a platform channel API to access native code. To access a native code, you need an API. So to access any native code, you have to create one API in a particular platform and you have to access it. Okay. So this is some limited native access. And coming to the large app size. So Flutter apps can be larger than equivalent to native apps due to the inclusion of the Flutter engine and other dependencies. So we have discussed right here wrapper. So I think large app size and wrap does not have any change. So here it consists of larger apps equivalent to native apps. Means it will be app size is much larger. Okay, size is much more larger. Their wrap consists of making a responsive screens for the mobile applications. Here the large app size means the app size is very large. Okay, that is known as large app size. And coming to limited plugin ecosystem. So Flutter has a growing plugin ecosystem, but it may not have all plugins. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Flutter has many plugins. Okay. It consists of 100 plus plugins, 100 plus plugins, many more plugins you consist of, but not all plugins. You don't have access to use it. Okay. You have to borrow or you have to use third party plugins if you want any requirement. So same I have discussed, right? Packages means there are only few packages to used by a developer, and also only few packages will serve the users according to the expectations. Okay, not every package is going to be installed. Here also there are many types of plugins. Okay, but not all plugins that you need. You may need to write your plugins or on third party. You have to maintain the plugins from the third party, right? So here next, UI limitations. So here Flutter provides a rich set of UI widgets. There may be some UI components or animations that cannot be implemented directly by Flutter widgets. So developers, yeah, here you want a particular UI widget. You want to create a UI screen according to your expectations. You want to create a UI according to your idea and ideology. Then if that UI component is not present, or UI components or animations are not present in the Flutter application or a Flutter database, then you have to create a custom widget according to your ideology, or you have to create a third party libraries and you have to import that particular UI, right, which you have been designed. custom UI from the custom widgets, that libraries should be pasted in your UI, then that UI is being extracted from that particular path. So that is the only way when you want a rich set of UI widgets. Next, coming to the limited platform specific features. So here, Flutter allows developers to build cross-platform apps which are not supported to platform-specific features on both platforms. For example, some iOS features are not available on Android and vice versa. Okay. So here, limited platform-specific features means compared to applications like Android application and iOS application. So Android application may consist of 10 plus features, okay, or it consists of some around 15 features, okay, 15 features and more. But coming to the iOS device, it consists of it only supports only 10 features. Rest all five features it cannot support according to its software or OS. It may be right. Rest of the five features will be not work in that particular iOS system, okay. So it may be reverse. Okay, Android device may support only 10, but whereas iOS can support 15. So it may be anything, right? This is just an example. So this is some constraints and some types of constraints in Flutter. So this is the end of the presentation. Now coming to the now coming to the assets. So how to add assets and images to your Flutter project. So simply come to the Flutter documents, and under documents come to the deploy development, and under that assets and images. So here you can see right example. So under Flutter, you have created a folder called assets, and under assets you have created an image. Okay, you have created a myicon.png and app background as a background.png, and you have to create an assets folder, and you have to add this images to that particular assets folder, and then you have to copy the dependencies, and you have to copy it in the pubspec.yml. Okay, so that is the main thing to extract the data or the specific directory name which you have given. Okay, so here you can see these are some comments. Okay, for example, if you have the following lines, if you want any, if you have any confusion where particular file is being located, so this is the mm, main option to do graphics myicon.png pubspec.yml. So these are some backgrounds, etc. Okay, so here you can see, here you can add anything like Flutter assets and graphics background.png. So this you can see many examples. Okay, so coming to the text. So here you can see how to import. Okay, here import package. So under package, we are importing this particular package which you have given, right, assets. We are installing it, that package in Flutter service.dat. So that is a root bundle which you are being installed. So under that you have to give the assets configure.json. You have just for suppose under JSON you have given a configure.json. Then you have to upload it to your particular dependencies, and you have to paste it here. After pasting it in dependency, you have to execute it here. Otherwise you may face some errors. So for loading images, these are some codes, and here you can see we have already discussed here in PPT. I'm going to show. Wait, I'm going to show uh, here. When we come, right, I showed you, right, image assets, image name, and assets under image.png. So here same thing you can see, right, image assets image, and the image name as graphics background.png. When it will be going to work, when you are going to create an assets folder, and under assets folder when you create an image, and that image name should be copied in your pubspec.yml, and you have to save it, and you have to get the dependencies up to date, and you have to install that particular thing, and then you have to install that particular package into your particular dot project file, and then you have to use this particular syntax. Otherwise you're going to face some errors. Okay, so uh, blindly copying these dependencies without getting dependencies executed, it will not work. You have to paste it, and you have to get the dependencies. Okay, so these are some images. Okay, you can add a png images, package name as my icons, and these are some examples for that. And libraries, you can also add libraries according to your development. Okay, here for androids and ios, there is much no much difference. There will be change in some syntax. Okay, If you are going to paste it in a C object to C, then this is the syntax, and for the shift, yeah, this is the syntax. Okay, so here you can see some platform. Yeah, here you can see the icon. So to update an icon in Android, this is the process. So here in Android app source main Java, you can see many files, right? So this is the thing. In iOS, you can see these many files. So when you use that particular package installation, okay. So update the launch screen. So this is the known as launching screen. When you open an app, this is the launching screen. You can also do this effect by using this particular assets and images. Okay. So this is for Android and iOS. Okay, so this is some basic introduction regarding this adding assets and images, and coming to the layouts. And coming to the layouts, here you can see some code labs regarding this. Here you perform. Okay, here wait a second. Coming to code labs, I'm going to refresh it. Yeah. So it's for beginners. So here you can see some Flutter UI designing layouts here. We have discussed in our sessions, right? MDC as 101, MDC 102. Once a minute, I will going to open this particular code lab. So, so these are some code labs which you have performed in our previous sessions, right? So this is the one of the code lab, one type of code lab, and these are some extra code labs regarding that layout. Okay, so only we can see only four code labs. In that we have created the Android shopping application, Android and iOS shopping application, right? So these are some other extra code labs for your that mean these layouts. Okay, here you can see some code labs by adding WebView for your Flutter project. So these are some code labs you can see. So how to add a web view for your Flutter project, and you can see everything. You can see different types of code labs like how to test and run a Flutter app. We have discussed in a previous session how to test a Flutter app. We have also discussed how to paste the code in a terminal, how to execute it, and I have also told execute it yourself, and you have to see the output how it is going to get. Okay. So here you can see building a Cupertino app. Cupertino, we have discussed that Cupertino icons for iOS style and good feel and look, right? So these are some code labs you have to perform. Okay, so we have performed up until MDC 104, and until, we have performed up to 104 Flutter, and we have also done one. Yeah, this is one code lab. How to test a Flutter app. We have done these code labs, and rest of the code labs you can see easily because everything will consist of a particular instructions. Okay, without instruction you cannot do Flutter Lab, right? So here you can see instructions. According to that, you can develop yourself. Okay, so this is the Firebase which we are going to discuss in our next session, and we are also execute one code lab. Okay, so until that, leave Firebase, and rest of all we have completed, right? Tensor flows, and these are all you can. Do your code labs according to your according to your ideology. Okay, so here coming to the constraints. Here constraints you can see some tutorials. Unbounded height constraints, go down sizes. Here you can see sizes, right, according to your device. um, and here some go up and down. Here you can see first child, second child, and some spaces regarding the apps. And here limitations, examples. So this is an example one. So if you want any color, you can copy this simply red, and you can change it. To do that, simply you can here you get a copy code. Wait a minute. Maybe this browser is not supported. You can just you will contain this code here. I will going to show the output of the particular code. So here you can change the colors. Okay, here you can see some changes. Red color and bottom red color and middle red color, and here you can see some container of red. Here you can see center icon, center image like container like with green, and here you can see do containers with the different colors. And example line here constraints, these are nothing but constraints. Okay, some layout boxes. Okay, so let us take an example as a boxes. Okay, here you can see different types. Okay, so these are the types you can execute according to your ideology. You create according to your. So okay, make sure to execute these all so you can get some idea. Okay, so perform this code labs everything. So now in today's session, I'm going to install Google Fonts. So how to do that Google Fonts installation and everything. So for that, simply come to pub.dev. So under pub.dev we have discussed, right? Under pub.dev we have also discussed the what we have in previous session we done about URL launcher. We created a launching website for Google.com, and also we have done this. Wait a minute, where is that? We have done right QR code scanner, right? So here you can see. Wait a minute, maybe that may be some generated somewhere else. Okay, so coming to today's session, so here simply type on Google Fonts. So under Google Fonts, here you can see first thing, right? So Google underscore fonts. So simply click on it. So here you can see some detailments or some introduction description according regarding this Flutter project. I mean Google Fonts. Here you can see change log. So what are some versions, right? The updated versions and what are the versions have been changed to the particular updatement and everything you can see. So here you can see 4.0.2. So after coming the version of 4.0.2, so what are the changes you have been observed? So here you can see update repository, added screenshots. So these are some updated versions. Okay. So here there is an example code. We are going to copy it, and here you can see installation. So here installation process, right? So simply copy it. So copy to clipboard and come to the Visual Studio Code. I have already done that particular project. I'm going to execute it. I have done with a version of 2.0.0. I have included in PPT, right? So 2.0.0. Now there is a change in the version 4.0.3. Let us see if it's going to execute or we have to update our Flutter version or right. So Flutter version is also 3.0.1, which I am running currently, but the updated version is 3.7.5. If not, we have to update our Flutter version. So for that, simply come to the pubspec.yml. So this is the thing which I have been created. So okay, yeah, I have used 4.0.3. Okay, everything is perfect. So after copying the dependencies here, so you can see right Google Fonts 4.0.3. So now simply come to the terminal and click on no terminal. Wait a minute, I'm going to remove this. So come to terminal, click on new terminal. It may take some time to load your terminal because this terminal is mainly executing in your PowerShell, right? So here you can see the version and the example code which I have been shown, right? Here you can see the example code. Here you can see the font style as italic. Okay, here you have to, you can see under Android, if you want an assets folder, you can add assets folder. If not, nothing much required. Okay, here you can paste the dependencies. Okay, and you can see here Cupertino icons. Cupertino icons are also been provided by it. So if you, when you're using it, then you are going to do that. Okay, here this is an installation process, and here you can see the versions. So here 4.0.3, right? So this is updated 26 days ago. If you want to download this particular file, you can also download and you can install to your only Flutter project. If you want extract directly from the Google itself, from the internet server, you can directly install it by pasting the dependencies. Okay, I think it may take time. Okay, let us see another thing. Okay, so this is the one thing, and another one. This is the one of the Google fonts. Okay. So next, you can also see many of some like Here, Flutter packages like Firebase Core, Just Audio, Get It, Permission Handler, YAML, Expandable. Expandable we have discussed, right? Expandable, Video Player, next Flush Bar, Read More. So these are some which you are going to. I'm going to open a folder this again. I will open this folder again itself. Maybe we can see if it will work or not. So select folder again. Open a folder. Let's change the folder. Wait. We have to change it. File open folder. New folder. Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm going to open a terminal. If it is not open, then you can also know the process how to extract it. We have discussed about pub.dev and we have also extracted about that URL launcher and some QR code scanner, right? So here you have to simply click on Flutter pub.dev. So it takes time. So in previous session we have discussed after opening a new terminal, you have to click simply Flutter so Flutter pub.dev. Yeah, after that, if it comes with an error, yeah, yeah, okay, sorry, not pub.dev. Okay, wait a minute. We have to type Flutter pub.get, right? Wrong command. Wait a minute. If it comes with an error, then we have to update the version of the particular Flutter software which we are using now. Yeah, so there are no errors. We got all the dependencies perfectly. So after getting the dependencies perfectly, come to the main dot. So simply come to an where is it? Wait a minute, I have came back, right. So Google Fonts. So under Google Fonts, come to this Google Fonts and go to the example and simply copy the code. And here I'm going to paste it. So I'm going to paste it. Copy it, save it. After saving it, simply here you can see the Chrome web script, right? So by this you are going to web view. You're going to execute it in a web view. Okay. So it takes some time to execute. So make sure to wait for some time, or if you want, you can also try this particular Google font particular project, right? You can also try by your own by installing by the dependencies. Okay, so this is the Google fonts in the pub dev, and you can also try many of here. Here you can try URL launcher, native splash screen. So splash screen is nothing but you can see here, right? Wait a minute. So here you can see when you open an app. When you open an app, you can see this type of animation, right? So that is nothing but a splash screen. To create a splash screen, you can simply do this particular thing. Okay, just simply follow that. So I'm going to simply click on F5. So the project is launching. It takes some couple of seconds. So it's debugging the project from main.dart, right? Or particular source folder is in main.dart. So okay, after that particular extraction, we are going to get the output. So here I given the font. Here the example code consists of an italic. If you want to change this code into your bold or something, if you want, you can also change it by updating it into your dependencies. Okay, you have to update in the dependency, and you have to copy the dependency into your pubspec.yml, and then you have to do that particular thing. Okay, so without pasting that pubspec.yml, the bold text, you cannot update it here. Okay, so you have to update it here, and then you have to do that. So it is waiting for connection. Okay, here you can see the installation process. Here you can see dependencies. The version is 2.18, and this is an example code. Okay, so example code, and you have to also install that particular image, right? Splash image also you have to install. Okay, so not only dependencies, you have to install the particular image. Okay, here you can see versions of the particular thing, 2.8, 2.2.18, and also some scores. Here, 5,435 likes and 140 PubSpec scores, and everything you can see here, and also 100% popularity. Okay, this is a splash screen, and you can, if you want any help, you can do that. If you want any error in Flutter packages, you can refer these articles. If you have any problems with that, you can use these dart articles. If you are having any problem in this searching for packages in pub.dev, if you have any problem, you can simply refer to these packages. Okay, yeah, here I think output is being loaded. So I think everyone knows how to create a Flutter project app and how to install a code and how to do everything. I think that is the reason why I'm not showing how to create project file and everything. I have been done previously. Okay, so I'm saving the time. Okay, so make sure you create on your own. So here you can see, right, there is a change in text. So when we have executed in our first project, right, we have created this text is very small and very bold, but now you can see the text is much more larger, and here number you can see, right, increment 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So this is the thing. Okay, here you can see the italic text. Okay, when you want to change this italic text, you have to add the particular font style to your pubspec.yml. Then you have to change that particular font style in this particular italic place. Okay, so now this italic style is being installed in your dependencies. So now the italic is being only worked, so no other is going to be changed. So here you can see, you can remove this debug, and you can also do this particular changing in the header of that particular thing. And the debug is nothing but it's a banner. Okay, so here you can see, you can change Flutter demo to Flutter forward. We have all discussed about this. Okay, in our sessions. So yeah, okay, debug checked banner will also be consist. Okay, yeah, here you can see, yeah, Flutter forward. Here you can see debug show checked banner, right? So make it as false and simply save it. After doing that, restart will be hot restart will be going to be executed. Now you can see the change in the title, and also checked banner will be removed. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, here you can see the Flutter forward that I have changed the text, and you have removed the debug banner, right? Before it is presented, right? So debug banner is also removed. So this is the basic installation of the Google Fonts, and here you can consist of many packages you install by yourself and execute every code lab properly, which have been given in this. Yeah, execute this all code labs according to your ideology. And this is the end of for this today's session, and in next session we are going to discuss about the Firebase. Okay, so if any doubts, you can cover the doubts by using these articles. Okay, so refer these articles and follow this particular course. Okay, so this is today's session. If any is there any doubts, so make sure to perform all these code labs perfectly. So then you can get some idea on what is this Flutter applications and what are these assets and images. Okay, so do code labs regularly. So, okay. So this is the end of the session. So the meeting is over.